Hey guys, it's Maxie here, and welcome to a special episode of the Young Team. Reason why? My 200th game in charge. 39% win rate going into this one against Raith Rovers, and it's the last game before we break up for the World Cup, even though I don't think we have a player there. I'd be very surprised if we do, but hey, it is what it is. Interesting, the assistant Keith Lasley has arranged friendlies at Bristol City, at home to Marseille, and pretty much a tournament including Fortuna Dusseldorf. In fact, let's check and see who else is in that. Leicester and FC Groningen, so I'd expect us to finish last in that. No, that's quite cool. But yeah, since you last joined us, as I say, we've been implementing the new system and things have been going well. Admittedly, there's a lot more teams in this league that I'm confident against. As I said to you last time, I'm only really fearing Rangers, Celtic, Hibs, Hearts and Aberdeen. The rest of the teams I'm quite confident we should be beating. And if you're consistent, that's half the battle. If you beat the 8 teams around about you, you're going to be up there. So as you can see, that's why we're propelled way up in third place as we enter this match against Raith. You can also see St Mirren, pretty confident as well, probably just as I say, consistency. But if we want to continue battling for the European places, potentially even that second Champions League berth, I believe it's the second Champions League berth, and you never know. Let's just double check rules. See, where are we? Yeah, gets you a Champions League best place position. You're not going to get through that, you're going to get absolutely hammered, but yeah, it's still a good place to be in. Two other things to update on. We had the outcome of Brexit, and this we did not leave the European Union, so it's business as usual. I think that's the first time I've had that. Most of them I get the Brexit where just allowed 17 foreigners, which can make it easier, I believe, because it allows you to just recruit whoever you want from South America, and as long as you get 17 of them, then it's good. Also, our high prospect, Ross Stewart, is tied down to a 5-year deal. I just felt like he's developing it at an amazing rate. If we can just make sure he's, tied into his club for as long as possible, if bids start coming in, we can really ask for a top dollar. So that's fine. It's just disappointing that he and Glenn Middleton are both missing this one, so we're going to go on to our third choice left back. So how's things been since you last joined us? Well, after that 1-1 draw with Dundee, that seems like it was bad. We actually dominated that game for most of the part. The first goal was just a header, basically Pop saves it, but it hits off of Flanagan and rolls in. And then we're going all out attack because we played well. Jason Cochrane has a goal disallowed for offside, and then I'm basically very attacking. I'm pushing forward with the team talk, and they get 2 late goals from Alfredo Morelos and Robin Quaison. So definitely a lot of things to be positive about, but at the end of the day, Rangers' quality just a wee bit more than ours. Then the form started hitting, and as you can probably tell, this inverted wing-back position has set Greg Taylor up perfectly. He scored, as well as Alan Campbell, David Turnbull twice, and a first goal of season away for Ross Stewart, puts 5-0 up against Hearts before Leandro da Silva Lopez with a consolation in injury time. The Lanarkshire derby, this is when Stewart went down with an injury, saw us win 1-0 thanks to Greg Taylor again, so that was good to basically have 2 wins out of 2. And then Raith Rovers, where Middleton went down with an injury, saw goals from Glenn Middleton, a David Turnbull penalty, Alan Campbell, and then Cochrane adding a 4th, a great long ball, and then he just basically ran through and goal and dinked it by the goalkeeper. So yeah, it's been pretty solid. 3 wins from 4 since you last joined us. Can we make it 4 wins in a row this match against Raith Rovers? It remains to be seen. The team for this one, a wee bit changed due to injuries, is basically going to be Pop alongside with Taylor, Dunn, Halkett and Clark. That is pretty much my main back 4, which is good because it's a good defence, but at the same time a wee bit worrying that none of the young team are making it in there, the new gens coming through. Flanagan at the half-back because he's more confident on the ball, Turnbull the playmaker, Campbell going box to box, Cadden bursting in off the right, Cochrane is pressing forward, and you've got Scott Wright on the left-hand side due to our injuries. Good options to have on the bench: Brophy, Boyle, McDonald and Hardy. New gens, of course, being the goalkeeper Dowie, Lee Arthur and Kevin Bircham. So let's crack in to the last game before the World Cup. So basically I think we're doing 15 games before, and then it will be 23 games from the end of December onwards, so a very congested 2023. Basic 4-4-2 for Raith Rovers, or a 4-4-1-1, depending how Ben House plays. And Andy Dallas could cause us some problems with Lewis Vaughan as well on that left-hand side. And of course, former player George Dowling, who we sold in the summer. So we'll see the boys pick up where you left off. You know what I mean? If they're playing well, just keep them doing that, and hopefully that can carry on. So it's a good high press system. It's one thing that worries me, is David Turnbull's not the greatest stamina in the world, and it is a very pressure heavy system, but it worked at Leeds. He was part of my Leeds team, him and Lewis Ferguson. Adapted well to that and got me the results. You know what I mean? If he can do it in that system in the Premiership, then I'd like to hope he can maybe do it in the Scottish Premiership. A chance for Vaughan. Good save there from Pop down at his right hand side. So good pressure from Raith. It's mad to think that already in this save they've had 2 promotions, and mad that Livingston's went the other way with 2 relegations to basically swap divisions. But it's a competitive championship, as you saw Kilmarnock down there, Dundee United, Ross County and a few others. Oh, Morrison just tries wide, but the system still seems to be a bit iffy away from home. At Fir Park, I'm very confident we can win. We seem to dominate teams, but away from home, I'm a bit nervy, it seems. Here's Clark to Greg Taylor. Flanagan, Campbell's got space. Was out to Cadden. It's a penalty. Campbell shoved by Harrington. And it's going to be Davy Turnbull to take the penalty. And Davy Turnbull sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. His 4th goal of the season. He's starting to kick on now, which is good, because if he kicks on, then hopefully we could be looking at a very good transfer fee for him. But I've never actually seen him leave Motherwell in an FM save, but again, 90% of the FM saves, I'm the one that signs them against them, rather than the AI get him with some sort of bid. I'd do like a holiday save, and he just kind of actually fizzled out the Motherwell team, which was mad, because the guy is somebody that's got undoubted ability and undoubted talent. But you can see now, dominating the ball, that's what we want. Chances is quite even, we're starting to more in our favour. That's what I like about the system. It means you keep the ball, you're playing at a high tempo. It's just up to your players to be mentally just confident enough and composed enough to keep the ball, pass quickly, not lose the ball, and be suckered into a counter attack. So good first half, that's what I like to see. Keep it up, that's all you can really say. It's not fantastic, you like to put them to bed with a goal from open play, but sometimes, you just need to grind in. But it could put us in a really attractive position going into the World Cup. And here's Purdue, back to Welsh. Oh, it's a ball for Andy Dallas. And we have survived as the skin of our teeth there, as it rattles the crossbar. Encouraging, 71% possession. I think David Turnbull will go safe on him. In fact, we'll keep him on actually. It's that one where he's kind of getting over the knock, if you know what I mean. His conditioning's going up a bit, and his dead balls are just fantastic. As his corner puts on a plate for Chrissy Cadden, and Chris Cadden scores his 6th goal of the season to put us in a great healthy position here, 2-0 up. And let's see if we can kill this with a 3rd. So then we can maybe bring some of the new gens on, some of the younger players, and give them some more top flight experience. Because at the end of the day, that's why a lot of went out on loan, to get them that experience. Charles Dunn, that's a shocker. You've got to put that away, even take a touch. Straight to Ben House, and Ben House has now put this game on a bit of a knife edge. That finish. So Davey will come off, we'll make that change. It will have to be Kevin Bircham, that comes on. And basically, I just need to stick with that there. He's not the greatest in that role, but it is what it is. Scott Wright will come off, and we'll put McDonald out on that left-hand side. Not really a natural winger, although he is predominantly left-footed. We'll keep him out there. We don't make it too complex and start making everybody inside forwards, because you need a bit of width in there as well to drag some players out. That's how the system that's at Alarm's a bit different in terms of personnel. I prefer to play one winger, one inside forward, so one side's narrow, but the other side expands the play, just so you're stretching that defence. You're pretty much stretching the team over to one side with that. Final change, just taking off Cochrane and putting on Brophy. In fact, actually, I'm going to put Ryan Hardy on, and that's more a basis of just trying to get match fitness and hoping to God that we can see out these last 8 minutes. Normally it would be Brophy, but hopefully Ryan Hardy's just enough in there to just see the game out. Again, dominating possession, 22 shots to 7. And Flanagan adds another shot as it just goes by the post. But the main thing is a win. I mean, probably a bit more clinical in front of goal. Terribly like that, but Pop saves there for everything, so we're fine. 3 points, that's all that matters. And then a bit of heart and mouth stuff when Charles Dunn's distributing for the back. But no, that's ideal. It's not fantastic. You can see there the only person that gets the green rating, shall we say, is Chris Cadden, your man of the match for the goal. I wanted to take Turnbull off. I can't risk him in any sort of case because he's so pivotal to the team. But yeah, it's a good win. 200th match in charge, and you win it 2-1, which means going into the World Cup, this team that was fighting to survive last year, with a few good pieces of business, because you forget 2 of the defence has been brought in, and the goalkeeper's been brought in. We're sitting third, a point behind Rangers. Fair enough, Rangers have a game in hand. We just need to keep this up once the winter football starts, because a couple of defeats. I'd like to say, right, we're definitely not going to get relegated. 25 points, that won't swing. But the relegation playoff, you never know. It is 17 points, that's possibly doable. And a bad run of form could see you dragged in, especially if you end up in the bottom 6. So hopefully, we be consistent, get the top 6, and hopefully we can dare to dream about some European football next season. And the good thing is as well, we don't come back until the 26th of December, so hopefully the next video will have some potential targets lined up for the 23-24 season. Maybe there's some interest in our players. But that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. There's your league table there. There's your main man, second in the average rating charts, Greg Taylor. If you're playing FM, I highly recommend him. And check him out in real life, he's really good. Honestly, I think he's class. I was dead shot. I'm not even a Kilmarnock fan, I'm a Moral fan, but I was chuffed for him when he got that call up for Scotland in his appearance. I think he's really good. But yeah, just watching, much appreciated. As I say, we're starting to take those, those kind of that form we need to take and that progression we need to make to get to where I need to be. It could still be plenty of seasons off before even in the Champions League, but you start to get belief it's going to happen now. It's took a bit of time, we've found our feet, now we're on that roll. So cheers for watching. Any comments are deeply appreciated. If you go through the YouTube archives, you can actually find out the first time won league tomorrow. That's hiding in there. A last minute winner against Celtic to win the league in the final day. Thank you very much, Connor Wilkinson. I'll never ever forget it. Squaring the ball to Fraser Kerr, putting the ball in the back of the net. But yeah, any comments on FM football in general, let us know how your own FM saves are going, what you've got planned for 2020. And yeah, until next time, cheers for watching. Catch you real soon. Bye bye.